welcome to EWA Warfare. 3 championships on the line, as well as a last man standing match. It's Liverpool crowd on its feet, and we're going to kick it off with Reinhard Bergersen challenging Charlie Palmer for the European Championship. Bergersen beat Palmer a few weeks ago to earn this opportunity, but can he capitalise? So here we go, night of action. About to kick off. I knew that Reinhard wouldn't be alone. Accompanied to the ring by Jonathan Svensson and the returning Hilda Svensdottir. There will be an action later tonight in a tag team match. But first will be the big man of the Icelandic invasion. Now the European champion, the championship inside a steel cage at lock-in. Question is, what condition is Palmer in after going through that table on Havoc a few days ago? Go through the introductions. Palmer focused on the task in hand. Has retained that coveted EWA European Championship. Both men lock up and Bergersen immediately using his power backs Palmer into the corner. The referee forcing the break. Palmer, that wrist lock. Bergersen just sweeping Palmer to the ground. And Palmer has to use speed to counter and the power of the big Icelander. Palmer with that clothesline sending Bergerson into the corner. Dropping a big elbow and just kips up. For the backbreaker, but Bergerson with a quick knee to the side of the head. There's that power, that military press right into the spine buster. Some of the hard right. Now firing off those rapid fire strikes, elbows and knees. Now Bergerson using his power to just launch Palmer right into the center of the ring. It's that Dragon Sleeper. We've seen Bergerson use that before. Palmer in a little bit of trouble here. Palmer, quick knee to the ribs. Going for a neck breaker, but missed out. Got a quick knee, taking Bergerson's knee out. A sliding knee to the jaw and to the cover, but Bergerson very quickly took one, but now Palmer. What he has to do is stick and move, but Bergerson back to his feet. Clubbing away, taking the breath right out of Palmer. Getting Palmer back to his feet. Rams Bergerson right into the barricade and sends him into that LED screen. Now Palmer's starting to come back a little bit. Just needs to maintain this momentum. Going for a blockbuster, got caught with a power slam. Bergerson might be thinking with that flapjack. Palmer lost in the palm. All those feints that are causing distraction. Got a big sidewalk slam from Bergerson. There's a disadvantage that Palmer's at tonight. The elbow doesn't get a 1 count. Bergerson with Palmer on his shoulders and just drops him right on that top rope. Palmer just shoving Bergerson off. Goes up top. A shooting star press. I think he got all of it. Just caught Bergerson a little bit there. Now Palmer dropping that elbow off the top. Palmer back up top again. The blockbuster gets it. Just the 2 count, but Palmer very quickly there with that net breaker. And the lion salt. into the cover again. Getting a 2. Can't put Ferguson away right now. And Ferguson coming back with that fireman's carry. Palmer. Got a hard shot to the ribs from Ferguson. And again with that big spine buster. A massive full Nelson slam. Champion in danger. A kick out at 2. Now Bergson targeting that knee. Palmer with the arm drag. And a small package. Couldn't quite get it, but now Palmer. Single arm underhook suplex. I've been looking to put Bergson away there, but cutting Bergson with that hard shot on the flapjack. Ferguson might be taking a little bit too much time. Just ramming that elbow into the knee. Strikes, and we know that Palmer a little bit of trouble with that knee. Palmer's starting to come back. Ferguson took way too long showboating. Again, Palmer with that underhook suplex. But again, Svenstedt again involved. And Ferguson with that touch rack facebuster to a cover. Palmer out before 1. Ferguson those hard elbow strikes, and Palmer might be busted open. Ferguson just watching Palmer to the pinning and getting those clubbing strikes. Jansson's fencing getting involved, throwing Palmer back into the ring. Ferguson going for the flapjack, that's caught with the DDT. Spencer getting involved in this big reverse DDT, and Palmer falls to the floor. Might have been the wisest move to make. Svensson just throws him straight back into the ring, back into the lion's den, and Ferguson smelling the blood in the water. Just Palmer over for a cover, gets a 1 count. Ferguson with that snapmare and that rear choke. Palmer back to the foot, back to a knee, to a vertical base. Ferguson got caught coming in. Palmer lost in the palm. But again, Svenstedt again involved. I believe believe that might have had Bergerson beat. Got a big snake eyes. Palmer again out at 1. Bergerson with that gut wrench suplex. Palmer forced to the floor. But I think Palmer just lured him in. Bergerson on his knees, Palmer just put the top weight in. Palmer back and misses the elbow. And Bergerson with that kick to the gut. Palmer ringing the arm and again Spain's got again involved. Wait a minute, Palmer floating out. Back suplex. Second lost in the palm. So covering the Spain's that just tried to pull that turnbuckle cover off, and Palmer, it's 2 pin attempts he's made, they're going for a third. Two count, Palmer going up top. A shooting star press on the rotation in the middle. Bergerson kicking out at 2. And another kick out. And what's Palmer going for here? And got a single arm, another like suplex. Again, Bergerson able to kick out. There's the arm drag. And Bergerson with that snap mirror now, clubbing strikes to the elbow. And a big full Nelson slam. We've got a new European champion. To believe that multiple occasions Palmer had this match won. Balor's was that first lost in the palm, and I believe without the distractions and the interference, Palmer would have had this match won on more than one occasion. We crown a new European champion tonight. And could that be a sign of things to come? So now the action continues, this grudge match between Marsden and Hernandez. Who knows what? Well, who knows what could happen here? Go the Hellfire and Brimstone. That's what this monster is bringing to the ring. But Hernandez doesn't want to wait. That beat down a couple of weeks ago and got Marsden with that big clothesline. Cutting this one true Spanish god right off. Marsden just throwing Hernandez into that barricade. Hernandez sends Marsden into the ring steps. This match not even underway yet. This could get dangerous and got Marsden with that big clothesline. And just sending Marsden into the ring. Getting in there itself, and the referee finally rings the bell. Got Hernandez. And he's trading shots in the corner. Oh, Marsden sent hard into that ring post. And they're just putting the boots in. Got Marsden. It's in the clothesline. Got these two big heavy hitters. Got Hernandez kicking the back of the knee, and there's a backbreaker. Marsden, the arm dragon now just returns the favour. Hernandez in trouble. Got a big European uppercut on the way down. Got that boot nut. And it took Hernandez's head straight off. Marsden reining in the strikes. Got Hernandez to Marsden onto the top rope. And big springboard frog splash. And Hernandez setting up for the spear. Just speared Marsden right out of his boots. Hernandez continuing the attack. And take out the knee of the monster. Hernandez see him up. There's a big H7. Put Marsden away, and Marsden kicks out at 2. Hernandez staying in control. And there's no speed. Explosive speed, don't get caught by Marsden, and there's a big clothesline. A big knee to the side of the head. And Marsden just throws Hernandez to the floor. And there's his face just crashing off that ring post. It's done on the outside. This could be dangerous for both men. Hernandez gets this back in the ring. And the monster kicks out at 1. Marsden, as we saw on Wednesday, a couple of weeks ago, his punishment is nothing, and there's a big clothesline. A big knee to the side of the head. Not a good place for Hernandez to be as Marsden comes off the top of that clothesline. Marsden trying to get this match back on the outside. Hernandez coming back in with a big forearm. A Superman punch. Hernandez, big powerbomb into the suplex. And then Marsden just avoided danger right there. Going hangs Hernandez right up. And then Marsden just thinking Hernandez might have been thinking about trying to catch him out and go for the 8-7. And now this is bad, but Hernandez starting to fight for survival. Big reverse DDT. Oh no. No. Through the barricade. Marsden just drove Hernandez right through that barricade. Back in the ring and climbing back out. And then that's barely able to move. Got Marsden with that knee. We're going for a choke slam and got Hernandez. Foot right out of the choke slam. And number 8-7. Marsden. God, but how the hell is Hernandez still standing? They're going through that barricade. And Marsden's got the choke. And then Marsden just released that choke for the cover, and I think Hernandez just barely kicked out at 2. And a big frog splash. Got the punishment both of these men have delivered in. Got Hernandez. think he might just scrape the skin against the ropes. Cut him open and got another 2 count. Fernandez bleeding. To fight and Marsden again with that knee. And again looking to choke out Hernandez. Going again. Rolls Hernandez over. I think that might be it this time. And still alive from the former champion. Hopefully these men are giving it everything. Come on, Marsden. Got that axe handle off the top. Still Hernandez refusing to die. And another Superman punch. He's done the arm ring. Got wrenching on that shoulder and big clothesline. Hernandez with arm drag of Marsden. Then rolling to the outside and just took his eye off the ball and a big dragon suplex. God, Marsden just attacked the referee. I think that frustration, trying to go for the chair, and he's just threw the chair back at Marsden. I think Marsden might have been cut by that chair. Hernandez been thinking H7 and got a big choke slam. Marsden dragging Hernandez away from the ropes and into the cover. Marsden picks up the win. Back at the replays, Marsden sending Hernandez through that barricade. Hernandez fought out of the chokeslam, nailed the H7. So as EWA officials, Work to repair the barricade that Marsden broke. Going to be joined at ringside by Lauren Jones, the queen of the EWA. We have to wonder what she's got to say. She would say that it's her hometown. There's some words there from Lauren for the crowd. And now fitting, we move from the 5-time former women's champion to the women's championship match. Helena, this might be her last shot for a while, challenging the current champion Rachel Foster. Here we go. Helena making her way to the ring, and like we said, a loss tonight could put Helena right at the back of the queue for the for a shot at the women's championship. As we know, she hits that red wedding knee strike. Could be a formality. We've got your current and reigning women's champion. But could tonight be the night she loses the gold? So go to the introductions. So Lena getting a look at the championship belt, and that is what it's all about, the richest prize in all of women's sport, the EWA Women's Championship. Now Lena coming right out the blocks with that back elbow. Both of these women can work at high pace. And this could be a highly technical match. Helena, one of the best in the business. Rachel going for that DDT and got caught. Helena setting her up top. Just spikes her with that DDT. Drops the elbow, and Helena giving Rachel a chance to quite a lot of blocks, but dumped to the floor. Again, Rachel missing that bicycle kick and just got thrown into the ring post. Got to return the favour, throwing Helena into the LED screen at the side of the ring. Rachel just throws Helena into the ring post. These women have to be careful. Referee up to a 7. Remember the champion's advantage. Helena must pin or submit. Rachel, championship cannot change hands on count out or disqualification. Rachel floating over it. Got that flying clothesline. And Rachel working on those shoulders. As Helena up and drops on the top rope. Got another Helena just firing Rachel off, and for that short DDT, got caught with a knee to the ribs and a beautiful drop kick. And that double leg drop. She's now working over that left knee. And a code breaker. Rachel taking too long. Allowed Helena to create a little bit of separation. And over that knee, forced to roll to the floor. So back in the ring, gets caught with a spear. Helena just came out of nowhere with that big spear. Rachel with the arm drag. Got Helena knee to the ribs. So another arm drag. There's a backbreaker. Rachel might have been thinking about that Twisted Fury. Elena with the famouser. Elena perched on the top rope. This is like drop kick to the back. Rachel with that sliding knee. And a second code breaker. Rachel with a Twisted Fury. Champion poised to retain the championship, but Helena kicks out at 2. Helena with that quick jawbreaker on the inside cradle. She's reversing it and Helena kicks out at 1. She with that snap mare. But Helena back to her feet. It's an elbow and got a big German suplex. Elena just rolled to the outside. Caught Rachel on her way out. And just shoves her into the ring post again. Now Elena regaining control. A blockbuster off the top. And Rachel with that quick jawbreaker. And a cut the boot and a big spear. Elena into the cover and just gets a 2. Pulling Rachel away from the ropes. The wise is Elena. Red Wedding. And Elena wins the Women's Championship for the 3rd time. Elena not celebrating, just putting the boots into Rachel.